So, we're talking about मौसम, ठीक है? और मौसम मैस्कुलिन नाउन है और मौसम मतलब weather or season, right? ठीक है? So it's a masculine noun that can mean weather or season. ठीक है? So if I have to ask, how is the weather today? So today, आज मौसम, how कितना is how much,
so how okay say
कैसा because मौसम is a masculine singular, huh? So you say आज मौसम कैसा है.
That makes sense. Okay.
ठीक है? Now when we talk about मौसम, we said मौसम is a masculine word. In English, when you're talking about weather, you actually use it is hot, it is cold, it is humid. These are all adjectives, not nouns.
Right.
In Hindi, when we are saying them, we don't use adjectives, we use nouns.
Okay.
So everything, every weather statement or word that we use is either masculine or feminine.
Okay.
Right? And most of them are feminine. Ooh, wow.
Did it miss you?
It did.
Good.
Oh, did you say, did it miss me or did it mess me?
Miss you.
Yeah, it did miss me. I agree. So, when we talk about this, it is either going to be masculine or feminine. And as we said, most of them are feminine. So when I say garmi, this is heat.
Okay.
Make sense?
So it's also summer.
It's also summer. We'll talk about that. We're not talking season at the moment, huh? Right now it's only weather, right? So when I say today is hot, I actually mean to say today there is heat. So when somebody asks you, आज मौसम कैसा है? How would you answer saying today it is hot?
So ये गर्मी है.
Or you start with आज.
आज ये गर्मी है.
So you don't need the ये है. You would just say आज गर्मी है.
Okay.
And you don't need the word मौसम in this case. Sometimes students try to use आज मौसम गर्मी है. That is wrong because मौसम is masculine, गर्मी is feminine, so it's a contradictory statement.
Okay.
Right? So the best way is just to say आज गर्मी है.
Okay.
ठीक है?
Yeah.
Then how do you say yesterday? What is yesterday in
Kal.
Kal. Or do you know how to say was? For was we say था, थे, थी, or theme. Masculine singular, like always. Masculine plural, like always. Feminine singular and feminine plural in this case changes.
And do you just put it in front of the hay? Or is it replacing the hay?
You replace the hay. Because
So-
hay is. And here you want to say was. So all of them here mean was.
So आज गर्मी थी.
Kal. Right? Yesterday was hot.
Oh yeah, sorry. Kal garmi थी.
That's right. So you say kal garmi thi.
So that is just hona in the past.
It's only hona in the past. We are not talking about the past tense of other verbs. We are just talking about hona in the past.
Okay.
Now, when we are saying will be, again, hona in the future. We're just learning it for the weather and season, huh?
Right.
Otherwise we don't need it. We haven't come to the past tense and the future tense.
Right.
These are just expressions that we are learning. Okay? So when will be we are doing for hona in the future tense, it goes hoga, honge, hogi, and hongi. So again the same, masculine singular, masculine plural, feminine singular, or feminine plural. So hoga, honge, hogi, and hongi.
So Kalgarmi Hogi is tomorrow.
Absolutely, that's right. So then you would say Kal Garmi Hogi, which is tomorrow.
Tomorrow will be hot.
कोई problem?
Right.
Clear है?
Yes.
Very nice. So this is how you'll be when you learn the different things, when you learn the different nouns to say sunny, windy, cloudy. When you learn all of these, then you would just put your sentences in the same manner with aaj, kal as in yesterday, and kal as in tomorrow.
So Aj Badal Hey.
We'll come to that.
Today's cloudy.
Yes, we'll come to that. We'll just come to. Okay, is this much okay?
Yes.
Any problem here?
No.
Okay. So let's come to the next thing. So we said all the weather nouns are either masculine or feminine. We don't use adjectives anymore, right?
Anymore?
I mean, anymore.
Oh, okay. Did you used to?
No.
Language change.
So we are not using any adjectives in this, right? Like English.
Yeah.
So when we say masculine and feminine, we did garmi, that's heat, and thand or sardi, this is cold. Thand, which is a very common noun to use. Sardi, sometimes people use it because it's rhyming with garmi. So garmi, sardi used to be taken together, but now people generally use thand.
Okay.
That's the most common expression to say for cold. Feminine. So how do you say today is cold?
So Aj Tande.
Yesterday was cold?
Kalatand Ta. Tand, oh, right. Ti.
Thi. So kal thand thi. And tomorrow will be cold?
Kalatand Hogi.
Okay. Right? So, then when we talk about umas, which is humid or humidity. So, how do you say today is humid?
Aj Umas Hai.
Aaj umas hai. Okay. And yesterday was humid,
Kal Umas Ti.
and tomorrow will be humid.
Kal Umas Hogi.
Right. And let's put some adjectives before that. So, for example, if I say today is very hot,
Kal Hogi Umas Hai.
kal bahut umas hogi. Did you say yesterday? Or did we talk about yesterday or tomorrow?
I don't remember. What did we say?
Let's say yesterday was
Oh,
very
yesterday,
humid.
okay. Kal Hogi Umas Ti.
Okay. So you say kal bahut umas thi. And if you want to say tomorrow will be little humid,
Kal Thodi Umas Ti.
tomorrow.
Tomorrow, Hogi.
So kal thodi umas.
Tea and tomorrow are linked
Yes,
together.
yes, yes.
So just break down. Okay.
Okay. So this is how you would use it for
Okay.
umas. Then if you say the next one, which is dhoop, sunny, then how would you put that?
So Aj Tupe. Kal Dup Tea. Kal Dup Hogi.
बहुत अच्छा. ठीक है?
Yes, this is actually not that hard.
Yes, it is
Now
not.
that I understand.
Yes.
Because they already knew the sentence structure, so we didn't go over the sentence structure at all.
Hmm.
And so I was trying to figure out how to use the words,
Yes,
and
yes.
I didn't understand that they're all. I get it.
So they're not the noun forms, right? So let's look at all of them and then it will be easy for you to make them. So example, if I say Hawa, this is wind. So say today is very windy.
Aż bohu hava hey.
Yesterday was little windy.
Kal. That's feminine, huh?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Am I having feminine?
Okay.
Kal tordi hava. Did we say yesterday or today?
Yesterday.
Ti.
Teen. And if you're saying tomorrow will be windy?
Kal hava hoi.
Okay.
So easy.
Yes. So Barish, rain. So today's rainy.
Aż barish hai.
Tomorrow, yesterday, tomorrow. Go ahead with something.
Yesterday, kal barish ti.
And tomorrow.
Kal barish hoi.
That's all. So barf, which is snow. Today it is very snowy, or today there's a lot of snow. How do you say that?
Aż bohu barf hai.
Tomorrow will be snow.
Kal barf te.
Tomorrow. Tomorrow.
What's the matter?
I'm just putting it here and there. Kal barf hogi. And yesterday there was snow.
Kal barf ti.
Okay. So are we done with all? Okay, let's look at a few masculine. So the first one in masculine is kohra, fog. So today is foggy.
Aż kohra.
Kohra.
Kohra hai.
Yesterday was foggy.
Kal kohra ta.
Kohra.
Kohra.
So kal kohra tha. Kohra.
Kal kohra ta.
And tomorrow will be foggy.
Kal kohra.
Kohra.
Kohra. I'm not saying my R enough.
You're not saying the k, I don't know why. Kohra.
Kohra. Kohra.
Actually, your K and H is meeting together. That's why maybe I'm not hearing it.
Kohra.
Kohra. That's right.
Kohra. Kohra.
That's right.
There we go. Kohra.
Ha.
Kal kohra.
Will be.
Kohra.
Kohra. Absolutely. Then this is a little tricky one. So badal, matlab cloud or clouds or cloudy, whatever, right? So today is cloudy.
Aż badal hai.
Is it hai?
Oh, hai, because it's
Hai,
clouds.
absolutely. So when you talk about kohra, it surrounds the whole thing.
Right.
When you talk about dhoop, again it surrounds the whole. If you talk about umas, it again engulfs the whole thing. But when you say cloud, it's not just one cloud. There are
Yeah.
clouds, there are patches of clouds, right? So then you say aaj badal, hai, the nasalized form, right?
But rain and snow, you use the singular.
Absolutely. Because they don't look different, you know, like cloud, you can say one cloud, two clouds, or so on.
You could try and help us know.
Haha.
Give it a whirl.
Okay. I don't know, I haven't seen snow ever. Aaj badal hai. So when you put it in the plural, then how would you say that? Yesterday it was cloudy.
Kal badal te.
The. That's right. So you say kal badal the. Because badal is taken to be masculine, plural. And tomorrow will be cloudy.
Kal badal. Oh, it's a nasal. Holge.
Honge. Very nice. So kal badal honge. Okay. Any problem here? Anything that we've missed? Hot, cold, humid, sunny, windy, rain, snow,
So she was doing, there are clouds in the sky, and it confused me as well because it's like backwards. It's like the sky.
You haven't done sky now, so just
Don't worry about
yeah,
it.
don't worry about it. Tufan is another word, masculine, which is storm. So it is stormy.
Ash tufan. Okay.
Yesterday.
Kal tufan. Ta.
Tomorrow.
Kal tufan amuga. And they were asking about lightning and thunder, and that got really
Ah,
crazy
that's-
too.
that's
So
what
I
it is.
know. Okay.
These are the basic ones.
Okay.
Any problem with that? Any confusion here? Make sense?
Yes.
Now, just one thing here. Sometimes some students have have a little problem with this. Let's understand what this is. There is a word that says garam, and there's a word that says thanda. Not garmi, not thand. Garam, thanda. Right? Garam and thanda, these are both adjectives. So now we've been talking nouns, right?
So you could say, is that how you would say the hot coffee?
That's right, absolutely.
Or the cold, my coffee is now cold?
That's right. So Rene, here, just remember that when you are talking about weather outside, whenever we are speaking about weather outside, it is always going to be the noun form. You would never say aaj mausam garam hai. I mean, colloquially sometimes people may say that, but the best way or the easiest way is just saying aaj garmi hai, because it's one word that you have to put in the sentence. If you say aaj mausam garam hai, it's unnecessarily putting two words there, right? But you could have just said one thing. And which is the right thing if you just say aaj garmi hai.
Okay.
Right? Garam and thanda, these are adjectives. Right?
I'm guessing garam doesn't change in time as
Absolutely,
well.
very nice. So garam is an invariable adjective, it never changes. And
Invariable.
thanda changes the same way, thanda, thande, thandi. So if I say the food is hot, food kya hai?
Kan.
Khana. Or masculine or feminine?
Masculine.
Masculine. So I say khana garam hai. Right? But if I'm saying the tea is hot, tea kya hai?
Chai.
Masculine, feminine? Feminine. So
I say it, but I don't think I've ever seen it written. It's feminine,
it is feminine.
even though it's a short I. Okay.
Well, it's the consonant y. When written, it's a ch for this. It's a a, which is the shorthand to the vowel a. Remember? The 3 and a a vertical line next
I
to it.
remember the long one, I don't know
So
the
the
short one.
a is a shorthand. We haven't done the shorthand yet. And then the I here, which is written, is actually a y over there. So this is chai.
Okay.
And chai is a feminine noun. Khana is a masculine noun. So when I say chai, I find. So chai garam hai. So garam doesn't change. But if I was saying it for khana, then I would say khana thanda hai or chai thandi hai.
Okay.
So garam and thanda, do not confuse them for using
The weather.
for
Okay.
using for weather.
Okay.
They are only used for objects. No problem? Clear here? So this was all about weather.
Yes.
Now talking about season,
Okay.
right? So when we speak about season, it's also the word mausam, which is a masculine noun. But you can't have, if you were to ask somebody, how is the, or which season is it? For which you can't say the word kaisa. What is the word for which?
It's a form of
कौन सा. ठीक है? So then you have to say now which season is. And you know the word for now? It's still expensive.
Oh, that's an aspirated word.
Huh. See, bhi is also,
Also,
and when you say abhi,
abhi.
is now, right? So you say abhi kaun sa mausam hai. So kaun sa stands for which. So which season is it now? So abhi kaun sa mausam hai? Right?
Yeah, okay.
And when you talk about all these garmi, which is heat, thand, which is cold, can also be used for summer and winter. Right? So if I was to say this, I would just put abhi, let's say if I want to say it's the summer season, I would say abhi garmi ka mausam hai. It is the summer season. Mausam, you know, is a masculine word. Ka is the apostrophe, so it is the summers or it's a heat season.
Heat season. See, that makes more sense now. It's the heat season.
So abhi garmi ka mausam hai. It's a heat season. If I was saying it is the cold season, winter season, then how would it be?
Abhi. Tand. Ka. Mausam hai.
Absolutely. So no matter these nouns that you're using, garmi, thand, they are feminine. But the word mausam is a masculine. That is why the ka over here is related to the next noun that is there.
Just like in French with son sa.
Absolutely.
It's based not on the same
Absolutely.
or the adjective,
But the next noun, the noun that
nouns.
follows.
Right.
So abhi thand ka mausam hai.
Okay.
ठीक है? So India में सिर्फ 3 मौसम है.
Right.
गर्मी का मौसम, ठंड का मौसम और बारिश का मौसम. So India में सिर्फ 3 मौसम है. There are only 3 seasons in India. ठीक है? Now, अमेरिका में कितने मौसम है? 4. So,
Garmi, Tam.
and now talking about autumn. So autumn, the word for autumn is patjhar. And it's a very, very interesting noun because pat comes from the word patta. Patta matlab leaf. Or jhar comes from the verb jharna. और झड़ना मतलब to fall.
Some more similar to the American
Fall.
fall.
Yes. So then if you say,
Which is actually an older word than autumn.
okay.
The Brits think they're right, but they used fall and they switched. Just in case you want to know that.
Well, yes, why not? It's interesting. I was just telling yesterday, I was having a word with Ravi and Mani, and I was just telling them, you know, for a man who is dominated by his wife, we call a man like this a henpecked husband. And they told me that a henpecked husband is not an American term. They said something like
Whipped. Whipped, like a slave.
Whipped. Okay. So yeah, so we call it a henpecked husband.
I don't like any of these terms.
True. Because it's a very societal thing, right? For a woman, it is okay if she's like, you know, dominated. Then there's nothing like that because it's okay. But if it's a man being treated like that, then it becomes a kind of a...
Can't we all just respect each other?
Absolutely. True.
That's what people always think. Oh, you're a feminist. You want to control men. No.
No.
I don't want to be mom and have to control.
True.
I just don't want to be controlled.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I
So,
so.
Then when we say Abhi Patjhad ka Mausam hai, that's like it's the season of
Fallen leaves.
fallen leaves.
So there's, up in the mountains, there must be autumn.
Must be, yes. Yes, absolutely. But here actually we do see autumn sometimes. You remember when we were in the car at the post office and there were these leaves?
Yeah.
So there are some trees, some plants that have their different times of, shedding leaves.
Yeah, because Phoenix is more like the 3 seasons, but there's a couple areas where they've planted trees from not Arizona and they'll have a little bit of a patchar.
Yes. And then the last one, spring?
It's going to have something to do with flowers.
No, nothing to do with flowers.
I was hoping.
So it is just called Abhi Basant ka Mausam hai. Basant is spring.
Masculine.
Basant is, yes, masculine.
And patchar is also masculine.
And Patjhad is also masculine. But it doesn't really matter, no? In this one, in this sentence, because the ka Mausam is
Because the
going
ka,
to
yeah.
remain the same. It doesn't change.
Yeah, okay.
Take it? So this is all about season. Weather or season.
Okay.